Howdy folks, Timber Drifter here. I'm out taking a walk in the woods nearby to where I live. Maybe a 5-minute walk down the road. I've been walking an old narrow gauge railroad grade from the logging days. And I just came through quite a lot of bog and brush and had to might be able to see that. That's the railroad grade back there. A lot of trees down in that section. It's pretty wet, so just came through there and decided to have a pipe while I explore the rest of this. I actually know it quite well, but it's been since last year since I walked any of this. This section of the railroad grade is a pretty deep, soft, fluffy bed of sphagnum moss, and we're just barely above bog level. That's the bog right behind me there. Old culvert. Whenever I make a video or I'm out walking in the woods, somebody always comments something to the effect of, "You're never going to sneak up on anything making all that noise." Well, when it's really dry out, making a lot of noise is unavoidable. But the fact of the matter is, the microphone on this camera is, when I have it on the selfie stick or holding it in my hand, it's pointed directly at the ground. So it actually picks up quite a bit more noise, or it comes in a lot louder on the video than it is when I'm walking. Made a video in Kansas one time walking through some tall grass. And when I went to re-watch it, or watch it, the audio was unsalvageable just because of the sound of the grass on my pant legs, which wasn't that loud in person. But we have we've hit fall here, or autumn, in the North Woods. The temperatures dropped a week ago. Colors are changing. There's some red on the swamp maples, and some of the other plants are losing their chlorophyll, turning yellow. It was a great summer. One of the best in the last decade for me. Lots of warm weather, lots of hot weather, lots of hot humid weather, which made for an excellent growing season. And because of the plague, I wasn't working much. One day a week at a organic produce farm around here. That kept me going. A lot of the things that I would normally do for work were either canceled because of the plague or canceled because people are living here full time in their second or third homes away from the population centers. They don't need me maintaining things. And some other jobs were canceled or put off because of the availability issues with building materials. So, I'm working now, but I had several months of either no work or 1 day a week, which was fine with me. So I spent most of my time driving the back roads around here, places I hadn't previously explored or only maybe been in once or twice. And finding new fishing spots and fishing them. Eat quite a bit of fish over the summer. Canoeing. Yep, canoeing, hiking, a bit of camping. Mostly day trips. Leave about 9 or 10 in the morning and come back after dark. My garden did very well with the non-typical growing conditions. So, I just heard a deer running away and I heard antlers striking brush. That's kind of cool. I spooked 4 grouse back there before I started making the video. And they all jumped close enough I could have made a shot. If the season were open, which it will be in a few days, and I was carrying a shotgun, which I'm not. But I think in this light you can probably pick that out. This trail is very well used. Leaves are all kind of mulched up, running down the center of it. And with the now with the cool, damp weather, all the mushrooms are really showing up. I was noticing all the lobster mushrooms everywhere on the way in, and the flag garrig and sulfur mushrooms. Now, let's see here. Let's not get lost while I'm wandering around blabbering on the video. That's the direction I want to go. With all the storms we've had the last few years, there's trees down everywhere. So, trails are blocked. And it's quite easy to get turned around. So what am I smoking? In preparation for making a fairly large tobacco order, I decided to go through all of my samples, sacks, partial tins, and partial jars and see what was worth keeping. I don't really throw tobacco away unless it's just nasty or beyond salvaging. But the last couple of months I've made a conscious effort to smoke my way through all of the small bits of tobacco remaining in various containers. This one was a mystery to me until I closely examined it and then smoked some of it. It's a McClellan blend. I don't know what it is. It's an English, or I should say it has Latakia, quite a lot of Orientals, and maybe a bit of Perique and Virginia. And it's really good. I have no idea what it is, what blend it is. It was in a jar. That I had written on it with a marker, and probably directly after I wrote on it, I swiped it with my thumb. So, inspecting it, I could see that it had an M and possibly a C at the beginning of the word. So, with that and examining the cut and then tasting it, there goes another grouse. That is an excellent sign. Good sign for grouse hunting season. So yeah, good McClellan blend and a Blakemore briar. I didn't get that properly lit, so we'll pause this. Alright. A little gurgle going, but that's alright. This pipe has a moisture trap. So that's been my summer, hanging out in the woods and fishing, hiking, canoeing, and gardening. A lot of people took up gardening this year. I haven't gardened for, or haven't had a garden for a number of years. Lobster mushroom. But I put in a raised bed and planted some old cracked totes with soil and compost and horse shit. Put in a small potato patch. And due to the weather and the quality of my plants and fertilizer, I actually harvested ripe tomatoes for the first time, or harvested ripe tomatoes in July for the first time. They were cherry tomatoes. I've never another lobster mushroom. Never had a ripe tomato out of my garden in July. And my salad greens that I planted from seed, the salad greens alone paid for the whole thing. What I would normally pay for salad greens, some compost and horse shit that I got for free, and some seed packets that cost $2 a piece. Paid for the $70, $80 I had invested in the garden. Easily. So I will call that a success. Somebody's cutting firewood. I hear the chainsaw running. I should be doing that too. Yeah. Had good conversations with several pipe smoking friends recently. Guys that are on YouTube. Brad from Pipes and Kayaks, and Steven from I'm a Wrench, and another famous lurker also. Isn't that a lovely scene? Yeah, I talked to those folks all recently. Texted with a few other guys, just checking in. I haven't been on Instagram for quite a while because of a particularly ridiculous incident that I'll briefly talk about. Another lobster mushroom. I think it's been 6 weeks, maybe more, since I was on Instagram. So, I'm not on YouTube all that much either. And when I do, I don't get around to watching too many pipe smoking videos lately. So, yeah, a couple months back, I was having a conversation with a few fellows about the state of the world, and I found out later some of my comments were flagged as hate speech, and my account was suspended briefly. And considering what the conversation in my comments were, which were nothing more than a call to peace and for cooler heads to prevail in turbulent and hateful times, there was no hate speech there. And the fact that somebody flagged that, and whatever is running Instagram, could read a call for peace and think that it was hate speech, shows you how far things have gone to get that out of whack. When calling for peace and cooler heads to prevail is hate speech. Whew. There wasn't even any cursing in the comments. No reference to people's political ideas or race. Crazy. So I've just avoided the whole damn show. I do have to get back on there though, because I've got a couple of people I've been meaning to send things to for quite a while, and their addresses are in my they're on Instagram in the direct message file. I don't have any other way to contact them. So I do have to log back on eventually. I'll probably look around and see how things are going. So other than the folks I've talked to, and watching Tom, Northwest Pipe Smoker, and Gribley's videos, I don't believe... I did watch one blue collar pipe smoker video in the last while here. I don't think I've seen anybody else's videos, and I haven't been on any kind of social media to have any idea what's going on in the pipe community. Right now I'm on a snowmobile trail. Of course, there's no snowmobiles running it now. There won't be until there's snow on the ground, and quite a bit of it. But after listening to all the ATVs and UTVs and dune buggies running down the roads all summer, they're much louder than the snowmobiles. I don't think I'll be complaining too much about the screaming, stinking snowmobiles this year in comparison. At least they pretty much stay on their trails. Oh yeah. There's always lots going on in the world. Everybody knows that. I think I need to cover it today, and this video is long enough already, but we'll see. I hope that you can stay somewhat calm with all the things going on and not get too caught up in the never-ending fear cycle of the news, where whatever side you're on, you've got your own facts, despite the definition of the word fact. Things are quite divided. Belief in nonsense is rampant, and far more common than I would have previously expected possible. Good times. Well, stay safe, keep your wits about you, and get outside if you can, and unless there's a bunch of folks wandering around with COVID, and then stay in the house. All right, take care.